Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Earth and Bloom channel. We are talking about moisture meters today. Seems kind of fitting because it feels like spring out there. It's like 4 degrees Celsius and it's super wet, but we are going to go to the wood pile to do some measuring with some moisture meters. And I got 3 different ones here. We'll start with this El Cheapo. It's a pinned one. This is a Mastercraft branded one, so you can put the cap on the bottom. Mastercraft, which is like our Canadian Tire brand. So that's just a pinned one, and it just has a bar graph, so it's a little less accurate. So we'll just put it up against just to give us a kind of range here. And in the middle of the pack, Erickhill here reached out to us and sent us this moisture meter to show you guys. You can pick them up on Amazon for like 30 bucks, I think. I think I'll have a link in the description for you, but I don't think it's for very long, so it might be useless. But anyways, these ones are branded under a whole bunch of different names. But it actually seems like a pretty nice unit. It's basically like this one, but it has a digital readout. So it shows you a percentage instead of just a bar graph. Shows you the temperature, so it's 10 degrees in here right now. Yeah, it's middle of winter. And a couple different modes. This one takes 4 AAs. I think this one just takes 2. Yep. And so these are, like I said, branded under a bunch of different names on Amazon. It's just a standard pin moisture meter as well. I think they range from these 20 to 30 something dollars. Pretty cheap, but we're going to test it as well. You can turn it on and off. This is just auto off. And this one is just auto off, but this is a Dry Ease moisture meter. The Dry Ease Moisture Pro. Gives you a percentage readout as well, and then a conversion chart on the back for material, the species of wood, and the wood temperature. So it gives you all that to do, and this is the lead. It's like a hammer in, so you can really hammer the pins in if you want with a mallet. And it's just an RCA connection. So I guess we might as well start right here. I got a couple dry cookies. Alright, let's start with an oak cookie. They've been in here for a little while. So here's some oak. And then I think after a few of these cookies, I got some cedar cookies and a maple. Oh, and a cherry. Then we'll go to some fresh wood, see how they do with more moisture. Alright, so this one is reading. Like I said, you have to kind of judge where it's going to read. So I'm going to say that's 17.5%. That piece of oak will burn. Yeah, this one doesn't give you any conversion chart. Alright, now the little Erickhill. These are nice because it's kind of pocket size. Easy to keep in your truck. We'll go in kind of the same area here. Oh, they're pretty close. 16.5. So it reads the same as that one. And now we'll go with the expensive one. I think these run like 150 or more. I got it at a garage sale, of course. Jam it in. Huh? 16.5. So they're all the same. Let's try a little not as dense wood. Dun, dun. We got a maple. We got a maple here and a cherry. This cherry is bone dry. So again, we'll start, try to get you in here a little better. Center of the wood, jam it in there pretty good. Can you see that? We're at 12%, that looks like. 12% on El Cheapo box store. Oh, there's a little difference. 9.8% on the Erickhill. Oh, and on the Dry Ease, same spot. Jam it in there. That's pretty good. 9.9. This is reading exactly like the Erickhill. Now we're gonna try, this is maple. Silver, I believe. We'll start with El Cheapo. Box store 15. That looks like 15%. Hopefully you guys can see it, I'm not sure. The Erickhill, same spot. 13.6. 13.6 on that one. And on the Dry Ease. This one does not show you the ambient temperature, even though it has a compensation guide. But these ones do, which is nice, so if you want to know the temperature of your room, you can just turn these on. This one shows it as well. So this one's 8 degrees now in here, so they're pretty close. And the Dry Ease, 14, 14.2.1, and the Erickhill was 13.8, so they're pretty close. This one I think is reading pretty close as well. It's just hard to tell with the bar graph on it. It's kind of pointless when they have these now. So if I was looking for a moisture meter just for firewood, I would go with one of the Amazon specials, I guess, the digital readout. They're cheap. Like, I'm always worried I'm going to leave this one somewhere because it's expensive and it might get wet or something. But that one is nice for lumber, maybe a little better, but for firewood, something you don't really care about, I think that's what you want. For the price of them, you can't beat it. But enough jabbering in here. Let's go outside real quick and do another test. I think we got a piece of hickory and a piece of cherry. We'll quickly split with the Fiskars and see what's up. Alright, we're in the beautiful cherry pile here. This is a piece of hickory though, just cut it so it's fresh, and then we'll split a piece of cherry. They're all pretty fresh here. And we'll test the moisture on them real quick. So hopefully I can split this piece of hickory. This is the Fiskars X27 if you're looking for an axe. This is what I recommend. Oh. I also recommend a better chopping block. Oh, it almost went. Beautiful. It's actually some pretty dry hickory. Oh, need a harder hit there. All right, one more hit. And we'll test it. Right in the center. We'll go on this side here where there's no knot. Woo! She's moist. 34%, 32 to 34. Oh, it's going down. 30? 32, we'll say. So box store one is reading 32. Now we'll go to the Erickhill here. Same spot. Where was that? Right there. Yeah, pretty close. 30, 33.5, 33.3. We'll call that 33.4. And now the expensive one. Jam that in there. $27.4. So this one is reading lower than the others, because I would rather trust that more expensive one. I think these ones get less accurate the more moisture you have. Because these ones keep going down. 35. So now it's reading 35. So I think these read maybe a little high, but it tells you it's wet. 27 to 35, it's wet. Alright, that's hickory. A piece of cherry. This is fresh cherry. We just cut it down. We just cut these down a week or so ago. So it should be a fairly green number too. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, in dry wood, or drier wood, they're all pretty comparably the same. And we'll see what it does in the cherry, but I think they read a little higher in real wet stuff. But like I said, it's still gonna tell you it's wet, so not a real big problem. Alright, I think this one here will work. Man, it smells good. We'll go right in the center. Same thing, 32%, give or take. And the Erickhill. See, it slowly goes down. 30, 29.9, 29.8. So it's slowly creeping down. But we'll call that 29.9. About 30% on the Erickhill. And the Moisture Pro. Definitely bulkier, I'll tell you that. But you can jam it in further. That one's reading 24.5. Alright guys, so what's my take on this Erickhill moisture meter? Like I said, it's branded under a bunch of different names. Just pick whatever one has the best deal for you, really. It's actually nice. It's a nice size. It's not like this one, where this one might give you a little bit more accurate in the higher ranges or lower ranges, but it'll still tell you the same thing. It'll tell you if your wood's wet or dry, which is all you're really looking for. So would I say go spend $200 plus on a moisture meter? No, I wouldn't. Would I say get one with the graph bar? No. It's not that accurate either, but it does get you close to the range. So really, if this one was $5 and all you wanted to do was check your firewood for burnability. It'll do the job. But the size of the new ones, I bought this one maybe 10 years ago, quite a while ago, but the size of these new ones is nice. So for $30-ish, give or take, you're going to be able to tell if your wood is wet or dry and feel comfortable sending it out to somebody or comfortable putting it in your own stove to burn. So I would recommend this Erickhill one, or like I said, any brand name. They're on Amazon under a bunch of different names. I'm sure they all do the same thing. This one came with 2 batteries, which was nice, and the instructions are pretty basic. The booklet tells you what does what, so it's pretty clear. So they gave me a code. I'll leave that down in the description. You guys can, I think it's good for 2 weeks or something, so by the time most of you see this, it might not be any good, but give it a shot, and maybe we'll have more from them in the future. But like I said, if you see this pretty soon from the date of posting, jump on that. It might be worth saving. I don't know what the code does or how much it's saving you. I'm just here to tell you it does work compared to my other ones. It reads the same, so I can't knock it for anything. It's clear. It actually has a backlight too, which is nice. So that's good. Anyways, I gotta go deliver that load of wood right there. Send it down the road. That's for an outdoor wood boiler. So just bigger chunks. So hope you guys enjoyed this little demonstration on moisture meters. We'll catch you in the next one.